Sir. No, this is where from here there's binder and so from there is wearing cost up to 5 kilometers. Then
so you mean you're afraid this room?
Yeah, look at it, sir. It's mix is
This is not small than what you're digging there, SS one.
so by the time they finish do road markings
There's no road marking. Look at it. Road marking will not change it. Look at it. Looks like a banding course.
ahead we'll see the binders.
No, here, we are not ahead. Why should ahead be different from here? Empty.
Sorry, sir.
Look at it. Is that rough? It's not smooth. That is not the first story you have done. I'm not bigger. How can you as an interior architect? It's rough.
Beyond that, earthworks is going on towards Wasa and the rock blast, and work is progressing smoothly towards the timeline they had given.
Well, the second phase, this one that is
Yes, that is the 2 Yes. This is the right hand side carriageway. This is the one that some places well and the main carriageway.
ABC.
Ongoing infrastructure devolution in the nation's capital. With what we have seen on ground, starting from Apo to here in Saburi, can we say come May, we are good to go?
Well, we are with us at Apple, the OSEX 2, which is being carried out by CGC. They have settled it again that, by the grace of God, they will hand over that OSEX 2 by May. I believe them. This is not the first time they have made promise. They have made promise and they have fulfilled the promise they have made. So I have no reason to doubt them. And also looking at the quality of work, it's somewhere they are trying to have access to the stones. Then we went to the Korobapil division of Abuja, and the contractor has stated that by September 2025, by the grace of God, they will still hand over. Here we are in Saburi. You recollect that the contractors promised that by December they will hand over these projects. To the glory of God, we round hand. You've seen that the project has been completed. So the one in Abaji, which is also done by Krebok, and then the other two done by Setraco and Gilmore. From the report I have, is remaining only one that's almost 95%. The other ones have been completed. So we believe by the grace of God, after the altitude, that we'll be able to commission this project to come this January.
Okay, Minister, there was a list that was published of allotees that are owing the FCTA unpaid debt of C of O, right? And you gave an extension period of 2 weeks, which will elapse January 3rd. Would there be a review of that extension? And secondly, how thorough was that list scrutinized? Because part of the names on the list was the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and he has actually come out to say that he's not owing the FCTA anything. So how thoroughly was that list scrutinized?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, these things were done before we came on board. And what the land department and the agency did was to generate from the system. First of all, if you have paid, it means that you would have collected your CFO. R04 is like an allocation of land where you go and pay for your CFO. So when don't have the CFO, it means that you have not paid. So I don't want to join the shoes with the speaker or whatever. But the point is that if there are people who have paid, like some people say they have paid, and they have attached the receipt to show that they have paid, in such cases, yes, there will be remedy. As to whether there will be another grace, I don't think we will do that. You know, like I've always said, Nigerians don't like to comply. This allocation was done more than 10 years ago. It was not as if it was done during our own time. And you know, Abuja does not have anything other than property to tax for us to have development. So we have been able to do justice by making sure that people are going to abide and comply. Our interest is not to have the lands back. Our interest is for them to pay so we can use the fund for the development of the city. Now we are talking about roads. How will you get the roads done without people complying and paying? So we will not. I don't think we want to give another day of grace after it expires. We will reallocate all those lands so other people who are interested.
Final question for here.
Honorable Minister, I would like to ask you, 2024 has been really interesting because, I mean, a number of people have called you out for several reasons. The demolitions, the enforcement of the ground rent and all of that. And one would wonder how you're able to cope with some of these, distractions and all of that. And in 2025, do you think these distractions would slow you down from actually giving Abuja the best?
I've never complained of distraction. Nothing distracts me. I'm very focused, and even if people are complaining, it's part of governance. You don't expect that you will superintend over the affairs of people and then you satisfy everybody. People must complain. But I can tell you such complaints cannot distract us. We are very focused. And since it is part of our job, we continue to do what we forget about. People say demolition. Demolition must go ahead. We want demolish shanties, we want to demolish illegal buildings. It doesn't matter what anybody will say. At the end of the day, they will still come back to say, oh, you did a good job. So don't bother about what people say. What's important to you? Are you right? Be focused. At the end of the day, you achieve the result for a greater number of people, not for a few individuals.
So, Minister, the last one. What do we have to say for to the residents of the FCT in 2025?
Well, we thank God Almighty for 2024, and we believe that it will be a better year for us, God willing. All we still require is the support of residents, of business owners, so that we can achieve more than what we have achieved in 2024. So I pray that God Almighty will continue to protect us, give us better security as we found it in 2024. Everybody can see, even between this festive period, security is quite intact, and we believe by 2025 we'll get a better Abuja.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Right hand side, carriage Okay? This is the one that, you know, some places spoil, and they then carry you